Hola, you're Sam, right? I assume you're here to drop off that stolen... With those chiral density gauges in our possession? So, let's get a look at those containers and... Handle with love and care. Anyone with eyes can see as much. Picked this up while you were out and about, huh? I just have to say that you're an absolute... Looks like our chiral density gauges are... So, let's see what that Cupid of yours can...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It's high time we got... Our BT research should go out. We just shared some data with you that'll let you fabricate blood grenades. I think you'll find both where... The chiral density gauges you brought us have been safely integrated into our... We can resume all distribution center operations and get back. A lot of lives are gonna be saved thanks to you. It's one of the fruits of our joint effort with the... Up until now, our primary weapons against these entities have been... And so, production is wholly reliant upon regular donations from rare individuals. Securing a stable supply. But you'd know all about that, given your experience. But this weapon utilizes synthetic... derived from samples taken from doom sufferers. It can be produced at scale to meet them. And despite its artificial nature, it's actually proven to... So you can think of our new weapon as a more... full... In any case, we won't need to ask you for your blood ever again, so... If you want to test it out, we have some... Feel free to BT avoidance and eliminate. One of the largest void outs ever recorded happened down south, don't forget. Giving... So massive that it completely cut us off from the land. We can't afford to let that kind of tragedy. But, between the cargo you've delivered to us and our new connection to the chiral network, I think we got a shot. We're gonna make it through this. So, you probably think timefall shelter... Our timefall shelters, after extensive research and development, we were able to outfit them with a system that disperses a BT repellent fluid. So if you've got one on your tail and it's about to grab you, these shelters are the perfect way out. Only downside is that the repellent has a limited supply, so make sure you don't run low. It has other perks too. The shelter can purify timefall and convert it into drinkable water, allowing you to top up your canteen on the go. We've posted an aid request so you can fabricate a shelter to see how it works. Researchers at other facilities are also in the process of looking into how various structures might be improved. As you expand chiral network coverage, we'll be able to... And I'm sure we will all... So keep on doing what you do. By the way, you have to pass... We'll do a quick survey of the chiral density, so let's not forget that you just tackled one of our... Tell you what, we got a nice private... We'll get started on prepping the cargo for your next...
I'm fine. You guys?
The facility's intact, but the research lab might have taken a hit. The local chiralium levels appear to be rising. Better hurry over there, Sam. Head to the delivery terminal upstairs and check their order.
Departing facility.
Sam, we've got a situation. The delivery for the research lab, this may be due to the gatequake just now. But we've identified... However, we have no... I know you've got dooms, but without a pod, you're gonna struggle to determine exactly where the BTs are.
Don't worry. If I can get close enough, I should be able to see them. Seems like my dooms level or whatever went up at some point. Steer me in the right direction. I can take care of the rest.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome. By the way, we finished a preliminary assessment of the BTs detected in the vicinity of the research lab. And we've prepared some weapons that should be effective against them. You're a pro. We've issued you a... They use an active agent based on compound... You can practice using... If you'd like to try them out. Your other weapons won't do any damage to BTs. Make sure you're... According to our initial survey, you can expect... If you make contact with a gazer, then another type of BT, a hunter will... If they succeed in this, you'll come face to face with a... Now, you don't want to ever let a catcher consume you. It'll trigger a... When the dust settles, so make sure to escape the catcher before that happens. All right, I'll brief you on the... All right, Sam. You good to go? The new BT area we've identified is located in these ruins. If we don't do anything about it, eventually someone's gonna trigger a void out. So to prevent that, there's no shortage of collapsed buildings and hiding spots there. Since you'll also have cargo for the research lab with you, an aid request for a timefall shelter was registered in that vicinity. If you build one near that spot, and if you stash your backpack and... So if you got room to carry a little extra, consider requisitioning a PCC and taking it along with you so you're the only one we...
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you. That's the spirit. Take care of yourself.
My name's Sam! I'm Sam! My name's Sam, too.
That's the spirit.
You come back safe and sound.
Please give it your all.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Ain't thirsty. No one wants to see that. You gonna whip it out with them just looking right at you? Yeah, like fuck you are. No, not with people around. No one wants to see that. You gonna whip it out with them just looking right at you? Yeah, like fuck you are.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
Nice.
Everything's done for a while, and I will be silent with you in the fire and the night. We will be dancing.
So far, so good.
Good evening, Sam. ID confirmed. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted in...
Long time no see, Sam. Though, having said that, I realize you probably don't recognize me like this. Anyway, why don't you let me take a look at your orders? Would you look at that? I knew we were right to call on you. Oh, picked up some lost cargo, I see. We never doubted you'd show. Reliable
Once you do, you'll have fulfilled your objective of bringing the entirety of Mexico onto the continent.
Agreed.
So, Sam, don't... The name's Alex. I used to work... I was a Bridges employee. So, when I was offered the opportunity to collaborate with him here, studying the Death Stranding, and now you're here too. You actually... Shortly before your arrival, chiral density levels started to climb, hitting significantly higher ranges than before. This kind of spike is indicative of an imminent giant BT appearance. I've shared with you some MP bullets that should be very effective against BTs. Because if a giant BT is on the way, then we're gonna need you to put it... Well, the delivery you were kind enough to bring us contained a shipment. This ammunition will turn your average assault. You can also fabricate blood grit. Before you head back out, review your options and requisition. We've set aside a ton of chiral density levels. We've been seeing a lot of gate... It's almost certainly related to recent... Our analysis of these anomalies has led us to believe that the arrival of it... What the data doesn't tell us is exactly where it might appear. Our chiral monitoring equipment just wasn't... Now that you've connected us to the network, though, we should be able to make more... We seriously... It's hard to know when this giant BT is going to appear. So for now, you should rest up in your private room and prepare for... That's both mine and Deadman's recommendation. We'll keep you posted.
It's been too long, Sam. You were a good friend to me. One I could never forget. Which is why I took steps to ensure that this message would only play upon your arrival. The sensors were set to scan for your biometric data. A simple enough trick. Now, this was originally a geophysics laboratory established for the study of earthquakes. And for that reason, it holds a wealth of documentation on gatequakes, tar currents, and placates. As well, I discovered, as research data on the other side. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I learned after I came to this place. Imagine that this is the lab. Though it's relatively close to the northern tip of South America, the continent is entirely cut off from us. Tar belt. And so we have no idea what's going on down there. Nor do we know the state of any continent other than our own. The researchers here were trying to establish contact with the rest of the world. They were well equipped to do so, as the facility had once been used to launch research satellites. So they tried launching a variety of probes and drones in the hope of obtaining observational data, with no success. The Earth, you see, is shrouded in a thick layer of chiralium that renders electronics inoperable at altitude. So they tried sending ships across the ocean. Oh, yes. Oh, but that failed too. The high concentration of chiralium in open water proved too corrosive, invariably causing them to sink. But then the researchers found some rather rare birds on their doorsteps. Birds not native to the region. Nice birdie, nice birdie. And that, my friend, was just the beginning. Not far from the lab, they discovered a strange anomaly. Well, the surrounding area was heavily contaminated with chiralium. Yes. This is beautiful. The researchers would later dub the anomaly a plate gate. But further investigation revealed that it came into existence when you began to expand the chiral network across North America, and that the gate grew larger in tandem with the network itself. What started as a tiny fissure in space became so much more. The researchers duly installed cameras to study the gate and its surrounding area. Now, to their surprise, they caught footage of some unusual marsupials. Yes, a kind you wouldn't expect to normally encounter in Central America, like the birds. But to confirm their suspicions, they sent an autonomous robot through the gate. The soil samples it collected were consistent with the archived geological data from the southern hemisphere. Not long after, several men and women came through the gate. They spoke English, and they confirmed that they had indeed come from faraway Australia. We finally knew the world outside North and Central America had survived. Ours was not the last bastion of humanity, but Australia had suffered the death stranding too. Undeterred, the researchers began working closely with Bridges and conducted a series of tests, paving the way for an expedition to Australia that would lay the groundwork for chiral network expansion. After they had first installed surveillance equipment, that is, so that the gate could be monitored from the Mexican side, a necessity to this day as Australia is not yet connected to the chiral network. The UCA may not have dreams of conquest and control, but they aren't about to let just anyone use the gate. Indeed, that's one of the reasons they were so determined to connect Australia to the network in the first place. Well, I suppose that's all I have to say about the plate gate. There's something else that I need to tell you, though. Something far more important. Mind if I pause it here? I have to go take a shower.
Gate quake detected. Sam, a gigantic BT just showed up outside. We're prepping weapons for you now. Access the terminal up top and take whatever you need. We're counting on you.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome. Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.